So her brother has a son much like your daughter, and his fear is that if he kicks the boy out, the boy might kill himself, right? You know what? He might. But right now, he's killing the boy. Do you hear what I just said? He's killing his son emotionally. So I can go on and on with stories all day long if you like. So I know a guy who's, 42 years old. He's never been made to do a single thing ever in his life, not by either parent. It turns out both parents are fairly well off financially. One, the father died, so he's now being supported by a trust and his mother. He's 40 years old, lives in this really nice house on a beach somewhere, doesn't matter where, and he lives with his 42-year-old babysitter. 40-year-old man being babysat by a 42-year-old woman. Because all of his life, in his own words, my parents never made me do anything. So now, after 40 years of pretty much complete lack of responsibility, guess what he's capable of doing? Not one thing. Not a thing. Sad. This kid's destroyed. He will have no life. He'll never have a partner. He'll probably never know what it's like to feel loved because he's lived completely irresponsibly. That's how it ends up. That's just one of the ways. But see, many of these people end up in the basements of their mothers, and I go on and on. 45-year-old guy who's living in the basement of his mother, and he plays video games, and he spends all day bitching about how she doesn't bring down his meals at the same time every day. At 45? And that's where she's headed. Or she'll get pregnant, or she'll get married and have a disastrous relationship. And then she'll come to you complaining about how the relationship's disastrous. You see how this goes? It only gets worse and worse from here. So we can make the hard choice now, or we can make way harder choices in the future. Remember the Fram Oil commercial? Anybody old enough? It's really telling when you're getting more and more to be the oldest person in the room. But there used to be an oil commercial that was rated the #1 commercial ever made. And it showed this grizzled old guy smoking a cigarette, and he brought out this estimate for fixing an engine. And he said, it's going to cost this guy $950 to fix this engine. He said, I warned him. And he pulls out this, Fram oil filters are bright orange. There's no mistaking them. And he said, I told him he could buy one of these, replace his oil every 5,000 miles, or he could buy one of these, an engine. He said, you pay me now, holds up the filter, or you pay me later. Whoa, that's good. And the same is true with kids. The same is true in relationships. You can do any kind of initial change is difficult. It is, because it's unfamiliar. But it's better than the alternative, which is to stay the same.